Targaryen. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Game of Thrones. Today we'll be watching episode 4 of season 1, Cripples, Bastards and Broken Things. Okay, well, Cripples, let's think. Brandon Stark. Bastards, let's think. Jon Snow. And Broken Things, don't know what that is, but something is broken. So let's find out what this episode is all about. We got quite a bit from the previous episode. I'm very excited to continue, find out what this big war is and if it's already coming, because now that Ned Stark is aware that the Lannisters might have some sort of help, or not help, but some sort of hand in Bran's fall from the tower. This could mean that, you know, it's a conflict of interest in terms of him being the hand of the king to his dear old friend and his king, Robert Baratheon. So stuff like that. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. And hopefully we get a bit more insight into when Uncle Benjen goes into the Night's Watch. Are we going to come across and see White Walkers? I hope he is okay, because by the time he comes back a month or two later, I hope he's like explains the importance of White Walkers and what the situation will be in terms of their preparations for the cold winter is coming. So yeah, I'm very excited. Let's not wait any further. Let's just get right to it. Wait, what? Oh, he's having a dream for sure. And that lady did say that all crows are liars. Oh, it has an eye. It has an eye. I saw that. Does it have an eye? Oh, what the freaking frick?
I was cooped up all day with no one but this old bat for company. I'd go mad. Anyway, you don't have a choice. Rob's waiting.
I don't want to go.
Neither do I. But Rob's Lord of Winterfell, which means I do what he says and you do what I say.
Any man of the Night's Watch is welcome at Winterfell.
Any man of the Night's Watch, but not I, eh, boy?
I'm not your boy, Lannister. I'm Lord of Winterfell while my father is away.
And you might learn a lord's courtesy.
Oh, look at the wolf just sitting there.
Do you remember anything about what happened?
He has no memory of that day.
Curious.
Why are you here?
Would your charming companion be so kind as to kneel? My neck is beginning to hurt.
Kneel, Hodor.
Wow, little lord.
You must shape the horse to the rider. Start with a yearling and teach it to respond to the reins and to the boy's voice.
Wow, that is
Will I really
amazing.
be able to ride?
You will. I have a tender spot in my heart for cripples, bastards, and broken things.
I knew it. That's what I was thinking. There is no way Tyrion Lannister could be the one to kill the damn boy.
The hospitality of Winterfell is yours.
Spare me your false courtesies, Lord Stark. Come to see me off, Greyjoy.
Greyjoy.
Of you. Your master doesn't seem to like Lannisters.
He's not my master.
Your loyalty to your captors is touching. Tell me,
Captors. Wait,
how do you
what?
think Balin Greyjoy would feel if he could see his only surviving son has turned lackey? I still remember seeing my father's fleet burn in Lannisport. Now here you are, your enemy's squire.
Careful, imp.
I've offended you. Your next tumble with Rawls is on me. I'll try not to wear her out.
Samwell Tarly.
Tarly.
Hornhill. I was of Hornhill. I've come to take the black.
Come to take the black pudding? Well, you couldn't be any worse than you look.
No! John, come on! Look at how you're holding the damn sword. You're lifting your leg up.
Seems they've run short of poachers and thieves down south. Now they send us squealing bloody pigs. Looks like the bastards in love.
You call it whatever you want, dumbass.
All right then, Lord Snow. You wish to defend your lady love? Let's make it an exercise. You two. 3 of you ought to be sufficient.
In the back. Ass. No honor.
Deal. I'm a coward. My father always says so.
War's no place for cowards.
You're right, I'm sorry. I just wanted to thank you.
Sam, you're a good man. John's like, the bloody hell did I sign up for? Was Dotrak? I can see the horse. Horsey. They have reached Was Dotrak. Hello. Now he is like more appealing to me.
Might be shit with twigs. It's best these savages can do.
These are my people now. You shouldn't call them savages.
I'll call them what I like because they're my people. This is my army. Khal Drogo's marching the wrong way.
If my brother was given an army of Dothraki, could you conquer the Seven Kingdoms?
The Dothraki have never crossed the narrow sea. They fear any water their horses can't drink.
But if they did,
King Robert is fool enough to meet them in open battle. But the men advising him are different.
and you know these men.
I fought beside them once.
Starks?
Now Ned Stark wants my hand.
Okay,
Drove
got
me from
it.
my land.
You sold slaves.
That's why he betrayed his father.
Why?
I've no money and an expensive wife.
You have dragon's blood in your veins.
Well, it's entirely possible.
What happened to the dragons? I was told that brave men killed them all.
The brave men rode them.
Brave men.
Rode them from Valyria to build the greatest civilization this world has ever seen.
Valeria.
The breath of the greatest dragon forged the Iron Throne, which the usurper is keeping warm for me.
And wherever they are, just a few flaps of their wings and they're somewhere else.
Okay, darling. So you want to just
And they
escape?
can kill
Oh.
anyone, anything that tries to hurt them. I've seen a man from Ashai with a dagger of real dragon glass. I've seen a man who could change his face the way that other men change their clothes.
Their skulls.
He has a scar over here.
They used to decorate the throne room in the Red Keep. When I was very young, just 3 or 4, my father used to walk me down the roads, and I'd recite their names for him.
Forget it.
Vhagar and Balerion the Dread, whose fire forged the 7 kingdoms into one. What did I buy you for? To make me sad?
No, Your Grace. Teach your sister.
To teach my sister how to be a better lover? You think I bought you to make Khal Drogo happy?
All the lords of Westeros will gather here to see the little prince. What if I
That's
have a
the Iron
girl?
Throne.
Gods be good, you'll have boys and girls, and plenty of them.
What if I only have girls?
Well, if you only had girls, I suppose the throne would pass to Prince Joffrey's little brother.
And everyone would hate me.
Nobody could ever hate you. Who built the Iron Throne?
Aegon the Conqueror.
And who built the Red Keep?
Maegor the Cruel.
And how many years did it take to build
My
the Red-
grandfather and uncle were murdered here, weren't they?
You should speak to your father about these matters.
I don't want to speak to my father. Ever.
Sansa, you will find it in your heart to forgive your father.
No, I won't.
Last night we had a tavern riot, a brothel fire, 3 stabbings, and a drunken horse race down the Street of Sisters.
Dreadful.
If
Jeez.
you can't keep the king's peace, perhaps the city watch should be commanded by someone who can.
City's
I
watch.
need more men.
You'll get 50, or Baelish will see it paid for.
I will.
You found money for the champion's purse. You'll find money to keep the peace.
What did John want the night before he died?
Oh, you came inquiring after a book.
What book?
I fear it would be of little interest to you, my lord.
It is of interest. That's why we're
Ponderous
asking.
tome.
So lineage and noble houses. Okay, okay.
Arcanumber, first of his name.
Umber.
Once Lord Otha Umber and Lady Amaryllis Umber, in the 183rd year after Aegon's landing. Did John Arryn tell you what he wanted with it?
He did not, my lord. I did not presume to ask.
John's death.
Such a tragedy.
Yes,
Did he
he
say
said.
anything to you during his final hours?
The seed is strong, I think it was.
The seed is strong.
What does that mean?
Sperm?
What sort of man would dare?
I've heard it said that poison is a woman's weapon.
Yes. Women, cravens. Did you know that Lord Varys is a eunuch?
Everybody knows.
Really? I love these father-daughter moments.
Syrio says a water dancer can stand on one toe for hours.
It's a hard fall down these steps.
Syrio says every hurt is a lesson. And
Hurt.
every lesson makes you better. Now that Bran's awake, will he come live with us?
Well, he needs to get his strength back first.
He wants to be Knight of the King's Guard. He can't be one now, can he? Can I be Lord of the Holdfast?
You He'll marry a High Lord and rule his castle.
No, that's not me.
Oh, I love it. You're joking. You've come to the wall where you expect to fight and you're afraid of heights. The bloody hell are you doing here, Sam? I like you, but what the hell?
High places.
Yes, because we can see.
You can't fight. You can't see. You're afraid of heights and almost everything else, Poppy.
Sorry.
What are you doing here, Sam?
Okay, you know what? Let's find out.
Tomorrow, you're going to take the black, forsake all claim to your inheritance, and start north. If you do not, he said, then we'll have a hunt. And somewhere in these woods, your horse will stumble, and you'll be thrown from your saddle to die.
Oh my god.
Also, I'll tell your mother. Nothing would please me more. I'm not going to get any better, you know.
Practice with John.
It can't get any worse.
Optimism. I like that. Oh, the best of friends. I love it.
Do you know Sir Hugh of the Vale?
The veil.
Until recently, he was only a squire. John Arryn's squire. He was knighted almost immediately after his master's untimely death. Do you see that boy there? One of Varys' birds. The spider has taken a great interest in your comings and goings.
Oh, the little
look
birds are
there.
little children.
That one belongs to the Queen. He lives in a large house at the top of the Street of Steel. Why? I have my observers, as I said, and it's possible that they saw Lord Arryn visit this armourer several times in the weeks before his death.
Streets of Steel.
Baelish, perhaps I was wrong to distrust you. Distrusting me was the wisest thing you've done since you climbed off your horse.
I don't know if that was a threat or that was like him saying, well done for not trusting me.
They strut around like roosters down here. Even the ones who've never seen an arrow coming their way.
You shouldn't be out here, my lord. There's no telling who has eyes where.
Let them look.
Let them look. Gendry.
Here he is. Strong for his age. Works hard.
Lord Arryn came to visit Gendry. Why Gendry?
But his lordship wants a helmet. I made it for me. Forgive him, my lord.
There's nothing to forgive.
About my work, first. I was being treated well. I liked it here.
Why would he take interest to you?
Then he started asking me about my mother.
Your mother?
Who she was, what she looked like. She had yellow hair.
Yellow hair?
If the day ever comes when that boy would rather wield a sword than forge one, you send him to me.
Find anything?
King Robert's bastard son.
Oh my god, wait, whoa.
He likes to do this when I'm on duty. Makes me listen as he insults my sister.
The siege of Pike. We fought side by side one afternoon.
Really?
That's where you got your scar.
Aye. One of the Greyjoys nearly took my eye.
This you sons of whores. I saw the youngest of the Greyjoy lads at Winterfell. It was like seeing a shark on a mountaintop.
Theon. He's a good lad.
Theon, okay. That's a sad post you have there, Jaime Lannister. I love how they bullied him and now they're all eating
Sam's
together.
no different from the rest of us. There's no place for him in the world, so he's come here. Never again, no matter what Thorne says.
You girls can do as you please. But if Thorne puts me up against Lady Piggott, I'm gonna slice me off a side of bacon.
Holy what? What? Oh, what is that?
Touch his son.
Fantastic! Threaten the rapist.
Attack him!
Oh, Thorn, whatever with you.
You get in there.
Don't look, just hit him.
When you're out there, beyond the wall with the sun going down, do you want a man at your back or a snivelling boy?
We'd like to have a brother who's loyal, unlike you, dipshit. Sorry.
You send this whore to give me commands. I should have sent you back her head.
Forgive me, Khaleesi. It is you. Hush now, it's all right. Haley, take her and leave us.
You do not command
I
me.
wasn't commanding you. I just wanted to invite you to supper.
What's this?
It's a gift. I had it made for you.
Doff back your rags. Are you going to dress me now? Dragon.
The dragon! Well, the dragon has not just been struck.
I am a Khaleesi of the Dothraki. I am the wife of the great Khal, and I carry his son inside me. The next time you raise a hand to me will be the last time you have hands.
Preach, Daenerys Targaryen! The little dragon has been put in his place.
I didn't think you'd be so upset about it.
Why not? You didn't think you'd get some
I'm
action?
fat.
Oh,
No, but I like girls just as much as you do.
no one said anything,
You might
Sam.
not like me as much. Why is my surname Snow?
Ah, he doesn't want to
You're a
have a
bastard
bastard
from the north.
son or a daughter, like a bastard child.
I never met my mother,
Right.
because all I could think was, what if I got her pregnant? If she had a child, another bastard named Snow. It's not a good life for a child.
Very good, man.
I spent 6 months out there, beyond the wall, during the last winter. Supposed to be a 2-week mission. We heard a rumor Mance Rayder was planning to attack Eastwatch. So we went out to look for some of his men. They yanked 100-foot trees straight from the ground, roots and all. If you took your gloves off to find your cock to have a piss, you lost a finger to the frost, and all in darkness. You don't know cold, neither of you do. But later when we started to fall, that wasn't easy. Soft, fat boys like you, we'd have lasted a fortnight on you, and still had bones left over for soup.
All right, cannibal, calm down.
Your boys still. And come the winter, you will die. Like flies.
Comforting. Thanks, Thorn. Out. Get out. You had it tough. We don't care.
Your brother Rhaegar was the last dragon. Viserys is less than the shadow of a snake.
He is still the true king.
Truth now. Do you want to see your brother sitting on the Iron Throne?
Is this even okay to talk?
Illyrio said they are sewing dragon banners and praying for his return.
Right.
The common people pray for rain, health, and a summer that never ends. They don't care what games the High Lords play.
My brother will never take back the 7 kingdoms.
Naturally.
He couldn't lead an army even if my husband gave him one. He'll never take us home.
That's true. At least they're being smart about it and thinking, okay, let's think about this logically. This idiot will not get us home.
I've known your mother a long, long time.
Why do they call you Littlefinger?
Arya, don't be rude.
No, it's quite all right.
Yeah, please tell.
When I was a child, I was very small. And I
Naturally.
come from a little spit of land called the Fingers, so you see, it's an exceedingly clever nickname.
Oh, okay. Fingers.
Start the damn joust before I piss myself.
Gregor Clegane.
The Hound's older brother.
Whoa!
And his opponent?
Sir Hugh of the Vale. He was John Arryn's squire. Look how far he's come.
What's the bird? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh. You know, ironic. When Thorn was talking, you guys will die like flies, and a fly just flew out while he's joking.
One evening, Gregor found his little brother playing with a toy by the fire. Gregor's toy. A wooden knight. Gregor never said a word. He just grabbed his brother by the scruff of his neck and shoved his face into the burning coals. Held him there while the boy screamed, while his face melted.
Ugliness.
Forcing you to kill the beast was extreme.
Really? After you have killed the
Sometimes we go
beast?
to extremes where our children are concerned. I might ask the same of you. What is it you hope to accomplish?
He's
The king called on me to
Yeah.
serve him and the realm.
Yeah.
And that's what I'll do until he tells me otherwise.
You can't change him, you can't help him. He'll do what he wants, which is all he's ever done.
I was also trained to kill my enemies, Your Grace.
as was I.
I have to give it to her. She had you there.
A song Bobby waits or?
I'd rather throw myself down a well.
A bard.
Father, this is going to be your last chance if you're heading north.
Is he a bard?
The northerners know is a howling of wolves.
Lady Stark. What an unexpected pleasure. I was sorry to miss you at Winterfell.
Lady Stark. Is that the black bat of Harrenhal I see embroidered on your coat?
It is, my lady.
And is Lady Went a true and honest friend to my father, Lord Hoster Tully of Riverrun? This man came into my house as a guest, and there conspired to murder my son.
He did not.
A boy of 10. I call upon you to seize him to await the king's justice.
Well, she has loyalty in the north, but what evidence? No. Okay, you know what, Catelyn? You do you. I understand. What evidence was there that Tyrion did it apart from the word of a guy who said that the dagger was Tyrion Lannister? I don't think, like, okay, maybe in those days, maybe that was enough evidence. It's just I'm trying to think, like, is there a letter, like, he must have written hiring that guy who, like, what's Brandon's direwolf's name? Oh, we don't know. Right, the direwolf, did, like, he literally removed the throat, right? Like, is there, like, any sort of correspondence between the two that they might have in their possession? Because even Ned is trying to find that, but I don't think that's fair. I mean, I understand where she's coming from. I get it because it's her son and it's very important. But, you know, I feel like in that day and age, if you spread something that does not prove to be true in the long run, I feel it will affect you and your house and your family more. Like, you will lose alliance, and with this big war that is coming and winter is coming, you know, all the alliance you have is the most important, and shit like this can, like, boil up to something. Maybe Tyrion might not be liked in King's Landing, but he's after all a Lannister, and we've seen how the Lannisters are, and they are really strong in their ruling, and they might just come back with a better defense against not just the Tullys, but the Starks and the rest of the North that helped Catelyn in getting this done. So, although I feel like Cersei does not even like Tyrion, so I feel like she would not even care if her brother is in distress or not, but it's still something that could happen in the end. But anyhow, no problemo. So this episode was fantastic, as always, as I said. At start, we saw a crow with 3 eyes. What the frick was that about? Like, Brandon was walking. He was doing what we last saw him doing, which was holding a bow and arrow. I mean, in terms of, like, within the family area. He was holding a bow and arrow, and he saw a crow. And the lady who told the story in the previous episode, she said something about how crows are all liars. Did she literally mean that crows that carry messages are liars, or is there a family name called crows and they are liars? I'm not sure about that. Robb is Lord of Winterfell. We have a new, like, a big guy helping Bran carry him. His name is Hodor. We have Theon Greyjoy, who is living with the Starks, but apparently were captured by the Starks, and now he calls the Starks with all respect, like milady and my lord and all of that. So that was something I didn't realize even was a thing. But something about Tywin Lannister, and his fleet was burning in Lannisport, right? And it was burnt by the Greyjoy uncle, who then, I don't know if that very uncle, but he did say that some of the uncles died in the end. And yeah, so Greyjoys are apparently all in for violence, and yeah, so maybe they are really like ruthless in their ruling. So we have that. We have then Samuel Tarly, who we did hear Robert in the previous episode saying that his first kill was a Tarly boy. So it has to be from the same family. But Samuel Tarly, and he has a messed up father who apparently gave an ultimatum where he could join the Night's Watch, or long story short, he could kill him and make up another story for his wife saying that he fell off the saddle and injured himself and there was no way of recovering him. So basically he does not care for his son no matter what his outcome is, blah blah blah. Got it. Okay. The rapist's name is Erast. I'm sorry, I don't have any other way to say it, but he's called the rapist. We then have the city of horse lords. It's called Vase Dothrak. But it's called City of Horse Lords, so that's why this like a sigil of the horse. Jorah had a wife who was apparently very expensive, and you could see that he was explaining his situation as to why he betrayed his father because he had to sell slaves in order to make money, because his wife was expensive, who ran away with another man in another place. And also another thing, like you can see how Daenerys, Khaleesi, is like becoming really strong and really like vocal with herself, and she's not taking any bullshit. You can see she's going there. But at the same time, she was very interested about the Dothraki crossing the narrow sea, which I think is a very important thing, because ultimately, I just think that it will not be Viserys, but it will be like Daenerys and the Khal ruling together on the Iron Throne in the end. Because if not that, then what else? Like, if that's where they are heading to in the end, the Iron Throne, I don't see Viserys as the king. I see Khal as the king, Khal Drogo as the king, and the queen as Daenerys Targaryen. So, but again, I don't know how that will be okay with the other kingdoms and the realms where they would accept the so-called Savage King. So I'm not sure if that's something that they will be okay to, or whether that will start more wars. So in the end, everyone wants the throne, but no one really, like, everyone thinks that they are the fit one for the throne, but then, you know, like, no one would like the usurper, blah blah blah. We get it. But her being interested in the Dothraki crossing the narrow sea, learning the language, I can't remember the language, because it's not called Dothraki. They are called Dothraki, but I don't think we've established the language name. Anyways, hopefully we find that out soon. But she was very interested in crossing there, and she wanted to know about the ruling and the Iron Throne, and essentially how we can get this done. So she's like having like a plan with Jorah, and naturally Jorah to me is sort of like someone that Daenerys trusts, so, and the only sane man that she can rely on, so apart from her husband. But it's just like in that moment, the first time she met him, I think she felt comfortable with him, which is why I really liked their relationship. But yeah, and then we were seeing in between Viserys and, I forgot the girl's name, the one who was sold to the pleasure house. I'm so sorry, that's the only thing I remember, but I forgot her name. When they were in the bathtub, they were talking about Viserys he could potentially have dragon blood in his veins. How is that even a thing? Like actual dragon blood. And he said that the brave men didn't kill the beasts, the dragons, they rode them. Riding a dragon. That's like freaking Shrek and Donkey on a dragon. I'm not comparing. I'm just like, the only place that I can remember where a dragon was ridden was Shrek and Donkey. Is that even a thing? I can't remember, because in Lord of the Rings, I mean in The Hobbit, Smaug was not even ridden on. He was like the dragon, but I can't remember the last time I've seen someone riding a dragon. Really, yeah. The only thing, Shrek and Donkey. That's very sad. But yeah, nevertheless, Shrek and Donkey. I love them. And really going off topic, but then they then said something about Valeria. Don't know what, I don't remember the story, but something about that town, I think, where the brave men come from, or where the brave men rode to. So I can't remember, but that's one thing. And the girl was saying that she has seen in Ashai a dagger made of dragon glass. I don't know what dragon glass is. Dragon glass. A dagger. Okay. And then a man who could change faces. What does that even mean? Change faces. Like one day I have this face, another day I have another face. Like actually, how can you change faces? Like painting faces? No, that's not a topic to talk about, is it? Whatever. So that's that. And then after that, we have the Scepter and Sansa's scene where Jean Poole, is this the Squire's wife? Poole, like the one who went with Stark to King's Landing? But whomever it is, but Jean Poole only had girls, so she's afraid that she might not have boys and whatnot. And then another history lesson, Aegon the Conqueror is the one who built the Iron Throne, and Maegor the Cruel is the one who built the Red Keep. Speaking of the Red Keep, Viserys spoke about Dragon Skull in the Red Keep, which is in the Iron, like not in the Iron Throne, by the Iron Throne, beside the Iron Throne, I don't know where, but the Red Keep is in King's Landing. That's where the Dragon Skull is, and he mentioned a whole lot of dragon names. I've written only 3, Gisca, Valeron, Vermitrex, and I think I remember the last one as Balerion the Dead, because I really like the name. But yeah, that's that. And the money that they wanted to invest in the match, where Ned didn't want to pay for, like didn't want the Crown's money to pay for, is the King's Tournament. So yeah, that's one thing. Then after that, John Arryn, his last thing was that he wanted a book which was about the lineage and titles of, well, all the famous noble bloods, I think, out there. And one of which, where his last weeks is to find this person who apparently is, apparently said that the seed is strong, and the boy's name, who is an armorer that he used to visit, is Gendry. And his mother had yellow hair, and he is King Robert Baratheon's bastard son, which is why I think he said the seed is strong, because he looks exactly like Robert. So yeah, that could be one thing. And then after that, we found out that Lord Varys is a eunuch and made it to the city council, which is a shock to, well, at least, what's his name? What's the maester's name? Pycelle, that's it. And then Bran wanted to be a knight of the King's Guard. I didn't know that. I mean, he could be on the council, definitely. Who knows? And then they mentioned a name called Sir Alistair. I don't know who Sir Alistair is, but he's somewhere in the Night's Watch. So, well, yeah, okay. And then in the night tournament, we have, it was between Sir Hugh Vale, who was John Arryn's squire, upgraded himself to being a part of the, well, that tournament, to and fight against Sir Gregor Clegane, who is the Hound's older brother, and he was the one who burned the Hound's face against the fire for playing with his knight toy, because he was like filled with violence, and Baelish was like explaining this story. Holy crap. So brotherly love is basically brotherly hate, and he had a sigil on his shield, right? And his, I think on the saddle, like the cloth, it was a bird. I think Gregor Clegane had the Baratheon, but the other one had a bird, or I'm not sure. Is that the Vale sigil? Because he's Sir Hugh of Vale, so I'm assuming it's the Vale sigil. If it's off something, yeah, I think so. So we've only met the one person from Vale. We don't know if anyone else is from Vale. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. And then after that, there's this guy named Thorn who is literally just, he expresses deep-felt, heartfelt nonsense about, like, you know what, I know he's trying to be like very like realize what exactly is going on, and you know, it's not a joke to be in the Night's Watch, you are actually doing real work and whatnot. But I feel like I understand the way they are. I feel like it's just, I feel for Sam more, so I just don't sympathize with the guy. I mean, it's his choice to have been in the Night's Watch or everything like that, so you asked for it, you're there, babe. So yeah, it's your duty, you should do it, you should expect all of this. So yeah, and what, the last cold winter that he was 10 years ago, and I think they are like barely even in their teens, or they've just reached adulthood, John and Sam. So if they were like, they could have been like 10, 11 maybe 10 years ago when the actual winter was, and there's definitely no way for them to have been in that cold winter. So if anything, they will experience it with all the winter is coming quotes that have been passed around here and there. But yeah, that's one thing. And then we have Daenerys's helper, the other girl, Irri, who told she was pregnant. That's her name. I didn't know her name was Irri. Then we spoke about the wildling leader, I think. Mance Raider of the East Watch or something. No, I don't know if it's of the East Watch, but Mance Raider. And he naturally would know more about the cold because he is far north, and he knew about the storm that would come, and they hid in the cave while they were out in the open, the Night's Watch. And to me, that's like, they're not together, like they're not working together as a team. So, well, what can we do? Then the conversation between Rhaegar and I've written Rhaegar, Jorah Mormont and Daenerys, is that Rhaegar was the last dragon, which means that he was the one who had dragon blood in his veins. And if this is really, really like a real dragon. And so Jorah and Daenerys both want to go home, like they pray for home. So they have one thing in common. I think that's why she is able to confide in him, because he understands her more. And then after that, we find out why Baelish is called Littlefinger, which to me is like, great, okay. And then what else? We have another thing called Tully of River Run and the Twin Towers of Frey, Lord Walder. Okay, so a few names of different houses and different like titles mentioned here and there, but this was a very good episode. I really liked it, and I liked the conversation between Arya and Ned, where she's like, can I be a High Lord? And he's like, you will marry a High Lord and rule his castle. And it's like, no, that's not me. Like, she did say she doesn't want to be a lady. So, and that's why you see her train so hard, like, you know, not to prove something, but because that's her. She resonates with being more of like, not a princess, but a girl who wants to fight. So, and not for the wrong reasons, just for the right reasons, because she doesn't like being a lady. And then the other thing between Ned Stark and Peter Baelish, their conversation where talking about trust. I don't know, man. He knew too much about all these little birds and, you know, the spies of Cersei, of Lord Varys, of his own spies, like monitoring every move and action in King's Landing. I understand where he says, like, don't trust anyone, even in your own, like, in your own time. But it's just more like thinking, like, what's to say? for some reason, I don't know why, but it's always proven to me that the people who say don't trust anyone, I genuinely cannot trust you saying to tell me like don't trust anyone. So like, I'm not gonna trust the guy. That's my only thing. That's all I'm saying. And then yeah, and then we saw in like, how do you say it? Jamie Lannister, his post being outside the door while Robert plays away. It's just, ugh, like I don't know, like it's nothing new, but what you and your sister are doing are much worse to my, like in my opinion. So well, I guess that's punishment for your incest, I think. So yeah, anyhow, I think I've covered everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I certainly did. We have how many more? 6 more episodes to go, so quite a long way away before we get more crux into what war exactly we're gonna find out, like be looking at in terms of like high nobles, like which party's gonna fight whom, and whether in the end it will be Khal Drogo and Daenerys Targaryen on the Iron Throne. I'd love that. I'd definitely love that. But yeah, anyhow, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Please don't forget to wear a mask and stay safe for your friends and family. I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.